Alrighty, hello, good morning, welcome. Hopefully everyone's now getting back into the classes correctly. There was, for some reason, meeting link thing wasn't, anyway, you're all here. So we made it. Okay, we can grab a couple of things. We'll start with some jump rope, just so you have it out and ready. If you don't have a jump rope, jumping jacks, totally fine. Let's get 40 jump rope or 25 jumping jacks. Jump rope or 25 jumping jacks. Just have that handy off to the side. Once you're all done there, let's grab the bands. We're going palms up, pull aparts, tracking slightly lower than usual, low rib cage. We're getting 20. Just getting that good squeeze behind you. And once you got about 20, we're going to try palms up and some dislocates. Go easy. It's a little tougher than your normal dislocates. There we go. Eddie getting in on the action this morning. We got just 5 of those. Once you got 5 of those, let's step inside. We got band shoulder tees. We're getting just 5 band shoulder tees. And while I'm here, might as well get some curls. We're getting 10 curls into that band. Once you got those, curl yourself up and over. We got extensions. Just getting 10. And then from there, we can set the band down. Once you got those, let's get 3 Jefferson curls. Roll down nice and slow. Take your time. Try to keep those knees totally locked out. Take a look behind you. Relax into it. Once you're all done there, we're going to take a lunge step back. Reach up to the ceiling. Turn the palms up. Lock out the elbows. Move around side to side. Move the hips back and forth. We'll get just 2 passes each side. You're trying to get tall. Trying to get long. Move around. Get those initial creaks and cracks out. Just 2 each side. Once you got 2 each side, we'll hang out on the knees for a moment. We'll get wrist stretch. Flip it over, hit the backs of the hands. Thoracic rotation. Reach through nice and deep. Open up to the ceiling. Let's get 5 each side. Once you got your 5 each side, let's get goat stretch. We'll get 2 passes each side. Settle in. Hang out. Give it a good 2 or 3 seconds in each position. Release. Getting 2 passes each side. Take your time. Settle in. Once you got your 2 passes each side, let's go back to standing. We'll settle into 5 squats. Once you got 5 squats, we're going to go hands behind the head. Good mornings for 5. Push the hips back. And back up. Squeeze. Nice tight midline. Load up those hammies. Squeeze the butt up top. We're just getting 5. From there, slightly wide down for baby makers. Driving the knees out. Nice flat back position. Hips go low, chest is up. Prayer squat. And I'll squat out of it. Let's get 2 wide squats, each one with a pause, non-specific, just getting down there, getting sturdy. Hang out for moments. We got 2. From there, we'll lay down on the ground, place my hands underneath my hips, and I've got supine leg raises for 30. Big sets. Heels never touch the ground. Try to keep the legs locked out. Give yourself a good squeeze up top. Control that eccentric, that negative on the way back down. Trying to get them all in a row. Once you got 30, go ahead and relax. And we've got a long one today. It's going to be about 30 minutes. So we're going to jump into getting some movements going. I'm going to need a band. Well, maybe I don't need a band, but I'm going to use a band. Up top, laced through the hips. It's one of my thicker bands to provide me some more resistance, or I can use multiple bands. High handstand push-ups. Let's get 5. Hips are high. Band is not mandatory. You can absolutely do this with no bands. Just getting 5, getting set up. Hips are high, coasting gently forward. The sort of front top of your head is that contact area. Just 5. Once you get those, grab our bags. And let's get three presses straight up overhead, followed by 3 bag push presses. Dip and drive. Drive up. Leg assisted. Push press will be the movements. Once you're done there, you can go ahead and set it down. Next movement will be jump rope, which we've already kind of taken care of. We've got that out and set to the side. And let's actually grab that bag one more time. Let's get 5 bag front squats. You can hold it any way you like. This could even be a bag back squat. Whatever keeps it supported as an outside load. And then you can go ahead and drop that. Legs are going to get a little bit cooked here today. So you could turn this into a bodyweight squat. No need to have an outside load. If it's challenging just to get regular bodyweight squats, that's fine. Because we got a little more legs on top of that, which is an air squat jump. Let's get 3 air squat jumps, settle in, and accelerate, jumping through the ceiling. Now, that will be the movement. We're going to start with that, but just so you have something in your back pocket, let's grab trainers. Let's get 3 more squat jumps now, assisted by the trainer. This is going to help keep you going if those legs start to poop out, which there's a strong possibility. We've got quite a bit of legs. So that will provide an option for you. The default will be without your trainer, just squat and jump, but that'll be a nice backup just in case. Okay, and then the next movement will be jump rope. So the movements are going to stay the same. We're going to go through 3 defined sequences of time of those movements, okay? So a minute of handstand push-ups, a minute of bag push press, a minute of jump rope, a minute of bag front squats, a minute of air squat jumps, and a minute of jump rope followed by a minute rest, okay? That's sequence 1. Sequence 2 is the same thing, but now we're going to ratchet it up to 90 seconds. Minute and a half, pike handstand push-up, bag push press, et cetera, and so on. The only exception, as we get through this, we have another minute rest. We go into the final one. It's 2 minutes of each one. The only exception is that air squat jump is going to turn into 5 air squats plus your air squat jump, because 2 minutes in a row of air squat jumps would be really, really, really hard. Okay, so using that trainer to your advantage, you could even use this and go, I'm now doing trainer assisted squats, which are totally fine if that keeps the legs moving, plus that trainer squat jump, okay? That is it. We're all gonna be on the same movement, the same minute. So if you miss something along the way, it's totally fine. We'll be calling it out. We're gonna go here in 30 seconds. No time like the present to get it started. So just make sure your space is clear. I don't need any of this stuff. Make sure you got everything you need. Water handy. So first set is a minute of everything, starting with our band assisted pike handstand push-ups. We're going in 10 seconds. And beginning in 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Hop in there. You get as many as you can in a minute. I would say generally pace yourself. Everything's fresh. We haven't done any strength stuff for today. So pretty easy to go out hot, but we got a lot more to go. $20 seconds to go. Last 10, sneak in a couple more. And 2, 1, we're we're hopping out of there. We're going right into our next movement, which is bag push press. Dip and drive, use the legs. You've already got the shoulders going a bit, so by all means, get that launch up there. As you go, you may start to feel increasingly smoked in the shoulders, so by all means, add some band to your handstand push-ups or pike push-ups. And you can always slow down this cadence, so you can already see I'm going like 1 every 3 seconds or so. 30 seconds to go. The goal will be keep some level of movement going. "15 seconds. Switching up to jump rope after this. Chance for the shoulders to cool down. And in 3, 2, 1, we got jump rope. 1 minute. Jumping jacks, jump rope, steppers, whatever works. You can think of this as your recovery portion. If you can switch to nasal breathing, always a good habit to try and have. Obviously, it'll get tougher and tougher as we go. While we're relatively fresh, give it a try. "10 seconds. 2, 1, jump ropes down, bag, front squats. Settling into a nice deep squat. That outside object supported. It could be on the back if you like. It could be in a goblet position if you like. We got 20 seconds. Coming up next are those air squat jumps. And 2, 1, drop your outside object. Ooh. And we got air squat jumps. Oh, try and get mine done in sets of 10. Quick walk, 10 more. Woo. "10 seconds. We got jump rope coming up after this. And 2, 1, find that jump rope. Minute rest coming up after this. So we're always working towards a bit of rest. Getting harder and harder. Nasal breathing. If you can, even for a couple of seconds. "15. 2, 1. 1 minute rest. Goes by pretty quick. Trying to get your air. Grab a sip of water. Thirty seconds. We're gonna go back to the handstand push-ups. Now is the time. Add a band in there if you like. That's what I'm gonna do. Hopping inside, band, like assisted handstand push-ups, going in 2, 1, and here we go. We got 90 seconds of work now. Same movements. And it might be, did you get a quick burst? 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. Quick break, and get back to it. If you can sustain effort the whole 90 seconds, fantastic, but not necessary. We're halfway. Twenty seconds. Grabbing our bags after this. Ah, man. Almost there. And 2, 1. Relax, hop out. Grab your bags. Shoulders are going to be a little bit on fire. Trying to find a cadence you can stick with. 90 seconds. If the outside load you have is a bit heavy, that's fine. You can go 1, hang out for a beat. Totally fine. Get another. I'm definitely not able to link mine together at this point. Shoulders are already pretty smoked. So I'm just trying to hang in there. Get a rep every couple of seconds. A little recovery built into the work. My goal at this point is just not drop it. I can maintain some level of tension on my shoulders. That is a victory. Okay, we were past the halfway point. About 35 seconds to go. We got jump rope coming up after this. Bit of that active recovery built into the middle. Woo, spicy. It's getting in there. 15 seconds. And 2, 1, wow, okay. Grabbing that jump rope, your jumping jacks, your steppers, 90 seconds. If you can continue to nasal breathe, even if it's just 10 seconds at a time, that's good stuff. The more often you practice it, the better you get, the better your recovery gets, your ability to tolerate CO2, everything improves. Almost there, about 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. Grab those bags once again. Front squats. I'm employing the same strategy. My legs are far from fresh. So I'm trying to knock out one every, let's say 3 or 4 seconds. Squats get pretty tough to maintain nasal breathing. If you can sneak a little bit in, it'd be better for it. Seconds. Two, one, dump the bag, squat jumps. The trainer's always there for you. Woo. Whatever you end up doing, try and keep it moving. Work rest ratios. I'm doing 10 and then a quick circle to walk it out. Committing to work through that leg burn a little bit. Halfway. More than halfway. Just 30 seconds. $15. And 2, 1, jump rope. Another 90 seconds. Give in, it's getting too hard. 30 seconds. Two, one, rest. 1 minute rest. Try and force some nasal breathing. Even if it's in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, we got one more round to go. Coming up in about 20. We're now at a big 2 minutes per round. Be a long one. Same movements with the exception of that squat complex, which we'll review when we get there. But for now, you're hopping in, getting ready. We're going in 2, 1. Here we go. This is probably the hardest one for me to keep something going with. So I'm just going for 5. Quick break. Shake it out. Because I know that 2 minutes is going to last a while. Whatever strategy works for you. "30 seconds in, 90 to go." One minute down, 1 minute to go. We got bags coming up next. Oh man, hang in there, 30 seconds. Oh man. This bag is gonna be rough. 15. And switching gears. 3, 2, 1. Grab the bag. You know the drill. You know the strategy. I'm just trying to go 1 every 3 or 4 seconds. That's going to eventually accumulate maybe 30 for me, which at this point would be about all I have in the tank for this movement. $30 down, 90 to go. Oh man, I have to space this out a little bit more. My goal is still not to drop it. Even if that means I'm hanging out, I still have tension on my shoulders. It's kind of no avoiding it. More of a mental game than anything at this point. 1 minute to go. Oh man. Whew. This is the last movement on the shoulders. Last 30 seconds. If you can up the tempo even a little bit to finish it out, get everything you can. Whew. About 15 seconds. We got jump rope coming up next. Nice long 2-minute sequence. Let the shoulders cool down. Well, to some degree, I suppose. Almost there. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, lead. Jump rope. 2 minutes. minute in, 1 minute to go. Fifteen. Back front squats coming up in 2, 1, high. All right. We're at about the halfway mark for this final sequence. Back squats, pulling that same strategy. 1 every couple seconds. Trying not to drop it. That tension is a real deal on my shoulders. 30 and 90 to go. A little more than 30 seconds. That next sequence, it's gonna be 5 squats plus 5 air squats. You could use a trainer for either or both. All right, 10 seconds, almost there. 2, 1. All right. 5 air squats, 5 air squat jumps. All right. I'm going to try and treat each one like its own little cycle. Link all my 10 reps together. Take a little walk. Oh boy. Hang in there. We've got just jump rope after this. And we're all done. Yay! Thirty seconds to go. Ah, man. 10 seconds. Get a couple of reps in. 2, 1, jump rope. This is it, last few minutes. We're jumping. We'll have ample time to get in some nice long stretches. So I hope you guys stick around. Make use of all this good blood flow. Come on, feet. The greatest degree possible. Nasal breathing, finish it off. Final minute. Final 30 seconds. Try and pick up the tempo if you can. Finish strong. Oh. 15. All the way to the end. And time. All right. Start nice and easy. Grab your trainer. Arms down, chest forward. A lot of shoulder action. Let's get into those shoulders. About 15 seconds. And relax. Just getting the calves. If you've got something that you can push your toe up against, a wall, a beam, a board, whatever, cool. If you don't have anything, you can always go back to the classic, like so. I'm just gonna use my bag. All I'm doing is just trying to lever forward into it. Let that heel relax to the ground. Open up the calf. If you can, squeeze the quad. You may not be ready for that. That's not for everyone. But if you can squeeze the quad, I'll give you a little more into the calf. And let's go to the other side. Woo! And relax. From there, let's go nice and wide. The slowest sunrise good morning you've ever done, as wide as you can manage. And just start at a foot and just proceed nice and slow. Get those hammies engaged. Across to the other side. As you come up and through, try and squeeze the butt, push the hip flexors forward. I'm not trying to arch back as much as I'm trying to get tall. And then back the other way. Super slow. Squeeze the butt, reach in the air. Drag the hands, hit the hammies. And relax. We're going to get a little bit active. Staying in that wider stance, what I want you to do is rock back and forth, getting lower each time until you feel like you can settle and hold to the greatest degree possible. I want this back foot flat. I want my knee out. I'm getting a ton of stretch on the inside here, a ton of stretch on my hip. If you need to use a hand to support, that's fine. Whatever works. Be a little bit more active, hanging out in these end ranges. And let's pop up, head to the other side. Same thing. If you can be all on your own, great. If you just need a little post hand, that's fine. Trying to settle into that hip, into that groin. From there, let's take a seat. Toes are tucked underneath. Sit on the heels. If this is a stretch all by itself, you might feel in the hip flexors, you might feel in the quads. Cool, you can hang out here. Otherwise, you can continue to coast everything forward, find the hands until you are pushing those hips actively to the ceiling, squeezing the butt. You shouldn't feel any of this in your low back. If you are, back off a little bit. You may not be quite there yet with the idea. Is I can open up, squeeze the glutes, release some of the tension across the knee, the quad, the hip flexors, the psoas. And let's come up, coast forward the other direction. We got puppy dog. 5 deep exhales into it. Reach those fingertips out. Breathe the chest down to the ground. Nasal breathing. From there, take a seat. I want to get my heels as close to my butt as possible, but while still making some space. So I'm too narrow, too narrow, too narrow. Okay, that's going to be about wide enough. I scooch forward, try and touch my heels to my butt, and then from there, drop everything down. It's going to optimize the demands of your hip internal, external rotation. Hang out for a second. Then you're trying to swivel without moving the heels. Everything just moves in place. Swivel to the other side. And you got 2 more on your own, each side, just letting those hips drop to the ground. Now it's going to do a classic hurdler type stretch. And first, we're going to go out over the easy side. That's going to open up my glute a little bit if you're tight there. So my chest basically smooshes right down to that side. If you can do it hands-free and just kind of relax into it, that's great. If you're tight in the glutes, you get more stretch. If you're loose in the glutes, you get less. Now let's come back up and then go to the hard side, going long, trying to drop that chin, drop the head, reach for the foot. Keep the leg locked out. Again, if you can squeeze the quad, that's great. If you can point your toe back, that's great. down. Let's go to the other side. Same thing. Go to the easy side first. Chest to hip. Come back up, go to the long side, grab the foot, tuck the chin, squeeze the quad. And from there, we're going to go into a pretzel. Lay down, long leg, cross over, grab that foot underneath. Try and press everything down. Press the knee down. Breathe the shoulders and the hips down. Relax. Gently find your way to the other side. We got a pretzel once again. And relax and come out of it. Alrighty, guys, well done today. Some long intervals, some tough work. I know my shoulder's gonna be a little bit sore tomorrow. Way to hang in there. Fantastic job. I'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful day.